Bro, I can't even say this, but that you have to stop watching. That's one of the reasons why like men nowadays can't even approach a girl in public. It's because of lack of friendship and a lack of friends and just community in general. Here are some ways to unrot your brain, right? So number one, set a limit on your phone, right? What I learned in the past, setting a limit on your phone is very important because you will tell yourself that you're gonna go for 5 minutes, and that 5 minutes will turn into 1 hour. It's like this. It's like when you tell an alcoholic, right? If there's like an alcoholic here, his name is John. I don't know. Let's just name that. His name is John, and it's like John said, you know, I'm not gonna drink anymore, but then there's an alcohol right in front of him. What do you think is the chances of him like drinking this alcohol? A lot, right? Since John is an alcoholic and alcohol is literally right in front of him, there's more chances that he's probably gonna drink this alcohol. It's the same thing, right? So you're not gonna have the willpower to say, oh, you know, I'm just gonna have 5 minutes, and then 5 minutes, you look at the clock, it's now 1 hour. You're not gonna have that willingness or that the self-control. What I like to do for my phone is that you always want to set a time limit, right? Ideally for me, I do 1 hour and a half across all social media. It means that I might spend 20 minutes on Facebook. I might spend 20 minutes on Instagram. Now you start being smart about how to allocate your time on each social media, right? Before, if you don't have this limit on your phone, you're probably just gonna keep spending hours on one social media, and before you know it, you just wasted your whole day doom scrolling on social media, and that's not what you want, right? Secondly, what I like to do, try to put a downtime on my phone. Ideally, for me, usually around 10 p.m., my phone would just die down so you could see all the apps just going gray and you can't even click on it. If you click on it, it'll give you some options like, oh, go for 1 hour, or approve the whole day, or approve for 15 minutes. When I see that the app is going gray, that's a good sign that maybe you should stop going on your phone. You know, it's time to hit the bed, read some book. So usually for me, 10 p.m. is the downtime. Again, it doesn't matter what time you want to set your downtime. It could be 10 p.m. It could be 9 p.m. It could be 8 p.m., which is crazy for me. But honestly, if you could go 8 p.m., much respect to you. Honestly, much respect to you. If you put downtime on your phone for 8 p.m., much respect to you, honestly, because I can't do that. I'm still doing this myself, but I'm just telling you guys that putting a downtime on your phone is literally the key. Help unrot your brain, right? Every time you spend on your phone, right? Let's just say this is your phone. This is your phone, and this is you. You're watching this phone, right? And you're scrolling. So what tends to happen in your brain is that every time you see something, you see like a half naked girl, then your serotonin goes up. Then you scroll up again, you see like a guy like big abs and muscles and all that, and you're like, oh, that's funny, you know, like, you know, I'm motivated. Okay, now your dopamine goes up again. And then you scroll one more, and then you see like a funny video, and then your dopamine goes again, and so it just keeps getting higher and higher and higher. So one thing for me, that's why it's very important to set a limit on your phone. Limit. Okay, so number 1 hour or 30 minutes on your phone. 2, set a downtime. All right, set downtime. Pick any time. For me, it's 10 p.m. For you guys, it could be just 9 p.m. That's totally fine. But just pick a downtime, right? Number 3 is to stop watching the half-naked girls online. Stop watching naked girls online. Honestly, there's so many things that you could be doing with your time rather than just watching naked girls, bro. Like, honestly, that's very provocative. And me too, I still have to work on this. And what I usually notice about myself is that when you're watching a lot of videos and contents like that, you kind of want to stay on the app a long time, right? Even longer than what you're intended to do. And plus, all those girls that you see on screen, they don't really care about you. They're just there for your attention. You have to remember that attention is the new oil. The more attention that they get, the more money that they get. So really, like, guys, for guys out there with self-improvement, I want you guys to learn that, and I want you guys to know this, that all those girls that you see on Instagram, they're half naked girls, they're just dancing and they're showing their butt cheeks, they're just there for your attention. Your attention is literally gold. So stop wasting watching those half naked girls. Continue on the self improvement journey. Number two is that you got to do some physical activities. Do some physical activities, boys. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be just going to the gym or hiking or kayaking or swimming. Do whatever that you have to do in order to get those serotonins up, because what happens is that you're actually getting like pure serotonin inside your brain. You know, you're not just getting it from a tablet or from a screen. You're actually going out there hiking, making yourself sweat, doing something that you love, right? Like that's something that you have to pursue. Just physical, improvement. That's something that we all have to do, right? I'm still doing it. So for me, I love going hiking, or just walking around the block in general, right? Like you got to go out there and just do some sort of an activity. There's a saying, I think it was Jordan Peterson that said this, that if or Joe Rogan, he said, if you have the energy to go to the fridge and get yourself food, you have the energy to go around the block. So instead of doing that, instead of just going around and snacking yourself with peanut butter and like whatever unhealthy things put in your body, just go for a walk. Go for a run, do something physically active. You do yourself a big favor. And you don't have to do this, but for me personally, I do a little bit of jiu-jitsu and a little bit of Muay Thai. Like really challenge yourself. Try to do a little bit of self-defense courses, right? It doesn't have to be jiu-jitsu. It doesn't have to be Muay Thai. It could be just judo or like wrestling, or it doesn't matter what it is. The reason why I said martial arts is because martial arts really gives you an insight of how hard it is to keep going and keep showing up even though you keep getting your butt kicked, right? Like for example, in jiu-jitsu, before you get to black belt, you're gonna get choked out a lot of times, right? You're not gonna get good at jiu-jitsu in just 2 days or 1 month or even a year or even 2 years, right? There's some people out there who still suck, or I still suck in jiu-jitsu. So it's the journey that makes it fun. It's not the destination, but it's literally the journey. So number 2, do some physical activities to stop the brain rot. Number 3 is connect with your friends and family. It's very important to have this part of your life, right? Us human beings, we're emotional creatures. Yes, guys are a little bit more logical than girls, but for the most part, we're mostly emotional beings. If you don't have this in your life, connecting time with your friends and family, you're gonna be lonely. And that's why, and I feel like in this generation, there's a lot of depression, anxiety, and all that. It's not because of the circumstances that you're in. Sometimes, yes, but for the most part, it's because of lack of friendship and a lack of friends and just community in general. That's why the rise of depression and anxiety, especially for men, it's really high, because we don't have the community to have each other's back. What I like to do is I like to just go on my friends on Discord and just talk to them, and just it could just be like mundane things, right? It could just be like me showing up and then me just hopping on Discord and then just us just playing games or doing whatever they're doing, right? Like I'll be editing my videos, and then my other friend would be playing whatever video games, and the other friend is just studying. Like it doesn't matter. You guys don't have to be physically there, but as long as you have a community that you could talk to, that's a big advantage, right? So really connect with your friends, and you don't have to have like 20 or 50 friends. I'm talking about just 3 or 5 or 10 good friends that you have, that you have your back. Always prioritize your friends, right? And also your family. I can't stress this enough, but you have to appreciate your mom. You have to appreciate your dad. I know there are days where like they're kind of annoying and they're really pressing your buttons, but at the end of the day, those are your parents. No one is proud of you when you get to the top. Sometimes not even your friends, your quote unquote friends. Sometimes not even your best friends or whatever. Sometimes it's your family. Sometimes your family is like the only thing that really applauds you once you get to the top. So really have the time to appreciate your friends and your family. That's something that money can't buy. You can have $1 billion, and if you're the only one in that $1 billion house, it's lonely, it's depressing. There's no amount of money that could ever repay that, but people say, well, I'm gonna cry in my Lamborghini, I'm gonna cry in my yacht or my 2 million yacht. Like, shut up, man, shut up. You don't know what depression is until it really happens to you. So that's very important, to really prioritize your friends and your family. Number 4 is that you have to read books. You gotta start reading books, man. For me, honestly, when I was in high school, I'm not much of a reader. I don't read a lot of books, and I hate reading books before. For me, I thought it was just boring. It was just nothing. But honestly, reading books is very important. It's like, you ever met those kids who's like very young, like either he's like 15 or 16 or like 19 or something, or even early 20s, and then when you talk to them, they speak very eloquently. They speak like they already lived a life twice. Kids out there who's like in their early 20s, who has a lot of knowledge. And what do you think is that? Sure, number one, like it could be just experience, right? Experience. There's one thing that you could do to gain more experience, and that's to read more books. Because when you read books, people write things, they become vulnerable. And people, when become vulnerable, they write things down. And once you read that, you gain more knowledge. And the more knowledge that you get, the more that your brain just gets bigger, and then you learn more. So you could be like 21 years old, but then people perceive you as someone who's older because of the knowledge that you've gained by reading books, and also coupled by your experience. That's something that's very important, right? So instead of just scrolling through your phone, instead of just sitting down playing video games and all of that, have some time to read some book, right? Gain some more knowledge. You have to keep improving this journey, and there's no such thing as I've read a lot of books. It doesn't matter. You have to start, especially in your 20s. It doesn't matter if you're from 20 to 29 right now. I think you should start reading books. Just read a lot of books, because during this time, like 20 to 29, that's the age where like you're still trying to figure yourself out. At the same time, you're still trying to learn like who you really are. And if you really want to know like what you want in life, I think it's better to just start reading books. It really helps you unrot your brain and gain more knowledge. Number 5, the last one, bro, I can't even say this, but I mean, I have to say it, but I really have to address this issue here. But number 5 is that you have to stop watching porn. I was gonna say corn there. You gotta stop watching porn. That's something that all of us men need to stop doing. Porn is not reality. You're not really doing it with another person. You're literally on your screen just like, you know, it's gross. You gotta stop doing that. And that's one of the reasons why like men nowadays can't even approach a girl in public. I remember when I was in my early 20s, I remember I had a friend. We were at the mall. We were just walking around, and I saw this cute girl, and my friend dared me. He said, I dare you to get the girl's number, and if you get her number, I will buy you a pair of sneakers. And for most people, they're like, oh, okay, that's a good deal, right? You're getting a girl's number, you're getting a pair of sneakers. Like, it's a win-win situation. But you know what I did? I didn't do it. I didn't do it because I was scared. I didn't do it because I was insecure. I didn't do it because I didn't have the guts and the balls to do it. So imagine that. Because I was watching like videos and pornography back then, and it's something that I'm not proud of, right? So you gotta stop watching that. It's such a flex right now, like thinking about it, because it's such a flex because I can't even name 5 porn stars in my head. Like it's such a flex, which is good. But like, if you're still going in this journey, you have to stop watching porn, bro. Honestly, like, you gotta use the chemicals in your brain to do something else, to do something that's tangible, to do something that you can enjoy for a long time, not just sitting down, you know, alone in your room in a dark place and you're just gooning yourself. You gotta stop that. And by doing that, by stop watching porn, you become more confident about yourself. And I think all man needs to do it. Like back then, back in the early 90s, like your grandpa would probably see like a cute girl, and you know, like he's not like hiding in a corner. Your grandpa probably like went up to your grandma and said like, yo, can I take you out to dinner, or I can do this, something like that, right? We gotta be confident. We have to be confident. Just remember, there's no courage without fear, so just do it anyways. Thank you.